Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk about the Breakfast Club. Let's talk about Tekashi. He done come on the Breakfast Club and he done let his balls hang all the way out. He let Charlamagne know that he ain't the only king in New York, and Tekashi 6ix9ine let Charlamagne know that he is here to stay, and he don't care what comes at him. He's going to continue to troll, continue to do the things that he do, even though Charlamagne kind of wished death upon him, saying that you're not going to be around, you're not going to be alive. We saw 50 Cent do this, we saw Game do this, we saw plenty of rappers come out beefing. But the thing about Tekashi is he's not actually singling out rappers to beef with him. People are singling him out to beef with him. And basically, when you come at him, he's going to beef with you. And he's not going to check in because it's a new generation where you don't have to check in. You know what I mean? He's just talking about you're a human like I'm a human. I bleed like you bleed. You're a man like I bleed. And so I don't have to check in with you when I'm working, when I'm trying to make my bag or whatever. So basically, starting off the interview, Charlamagne was like, Tekashi was like, I'm the king of New York, I'm the best rapper, I'm the hottest rapper in New York, basically, and all that other good stuff. And Charlamagne was like, no, you're not. It's Cardi B. It's Bordy B. You know, she hit the top 100. She made #1 and all this other stuff. He was like, yeah, that's good. I feel her and I got mad love for her. And I want to do a song with her one day, but she got co-signed. She got a song with Jeezy. He was saying that, she got different songs with different people, basically. And he says no one co-signs him. No one got his back. And he said, you can't take away me being the hardest artist in New York. So basically, Tekashi 6ix9ine proved why his music is elevating. Prove why people like his music, because people believe that he's authentic. And the interview, did he seem authentic? Yes, he seemed authentic. Did he answer all the questions? Yes, he did answer all the questions. Was he embarrassed? Was he scared? Was he shy? No, he wasn't. And basically, he represented. He even told us he was in special ed because of his behavior. He told us a lot of things about himself. He told us that his father is Puerto Rican, his mother's Mexican, his father died as well. And basically, him and Charlamagne had a back and forth. Charlamagne was not feeling Tekashi at all. He was not feeling him. He don't like his swag. He don't like his style. He couldn't even name none of his songs. And he said he's not even buying the album. And basically, Charlamagne kind of was like, you're going to be dead soon, son. You keep coming for him. You got a death wish. Even got a pastor to come out here and pray on Tekashi 6ix9ine. Like, are you putting it out there, Charlamagne, that you want this dude to be taken out? Because there's plenty of rappers that came out. Game came out beefing. 50 Cent came out beefing. There's so many different rappers have came out and diss other rappers. But Tekashi's not actually coming out to diss other rappers. Rappers are coming to diss him because he is hot. I'm going to tell you right now, like, I listened to a couple of Tekashi's songs and, the boy got skills. He can rap. I'm like, damn, he's smart if he was in special ed. And one thing that did make me like say damn is when he talked about how his teachers and social workers, guidance counselors, and people said to him that, oh, he's going to be washing my car. When he gets older, he's going to be washing their car, or he's going to be dead or in jail. And I know plenty of people that I went to high school with. I mean, young African American guys, young indigenous males were told by teachers and guidance counselors and social workers in school, oh, you might as well just drop out of school because you're either going to be dead or in jail, or you're going to have a house full of kids. You ain't gonna make it, so why keep coming to school? And a lot of these kids dropped out of school. A lot of my classmates dropped out of school that were real smart. I mean, like, when I say smart, I mean smart in math and history, just boom. So anyways, that really stood out to me that, Tekashi said that, because that's something that still goes on today, where you have people in the school system that tell these kids that they ain't going to make it, tell them that they ain't going to be nobody, put them in a special ed class when they're smart. He passed his GED test, so that tells you the GED test is harder than it is to graduate high school, even though the GED test is like in one day you take it, but you do study for it. In high school, you got 4 years or whatever. So that really did stick out to me as well. And also, Charlamagne wasn't really feeling him at all, and he was just like, you're gonna be like, I get worried about you. I think things are gonna happen. Basically, Charlamagne was trying to, call out, 6ix9ine, saying that he was afraid to go toe to toe with J Prince Jr. or whatever. And Tekashi explained, no, I wasn't. I saw him in a sneaker store. He saw me. I was in there for 30 minutes. I got my sneakers. I said what up. I said what's popping to him or what up or whatever. And if he had a problem, he should have addressed it then. I didn't know there was a problem. So I left the sneaker store, and then all of a sudden my man's got a call from J Prince's people to come to his party, and basically they was telling him to be there by 12:15, and he was like, I can't be there by 12:15 or whatever. So Tekashi shows up, and he's not let into the party because of he came tardy. He was tardy to the party. So anyways, I was just like, damn. So it seemed like, I don't know what's up with J Prince Jr. What's the deal with him? Is it because Tekashi's out here making noise? Do you guys think Tekashi is a culture vulture? I don't believe he's a culture vulture at all. I believe he grew up in the hood, and he's representing the hood, and he's representing the kids that do go to school and get treated like shit by teachers and social workers and guidance counselors and psychologists that are in school as well. So he really pointed that out. And he also talked about the situation with the young girl that he was actually facing charges of. Charlamagne asked him, like, are you a registered sex offender? He was like, no, I'm not. It was like, oh, you pleaded guilty though? He was like, yeah, I played guilty. Absolutely. I think he was like 18 or 17 at the time, and he didn't have no money. He was dead broke. He had Payless shoes. He didn't know the law. He didn't have anything, basically. So he didn't want the 15 or 20 years or be behind bars for life. So basically he pled guilty to the situation, and he didn't touch the girl, he didn't have sex with the girl, he didn't follow the girl, but she was in the video. And basically he went down to the police station because he wasn't hiding, he wasn't running, and he did his time, but he didn't do anything sexually to her. It's just having a minor and a video that maybe she was dancing and shit like that was inappropriate because she was underage, and she did lie her age. And as a person that worked with young females, juvenile females in the system in Rhode Island, I know a lot of these young females, not all of them, but the ones that was in the system. And this girl was actually in the system. She was actually in a group home. And, I was a manager of a group home long, many years ago. And these girls used to dress very provocative, put makeup on. They look like they was 21. They would have to leave the house with proper clothing on. But once they got up the street around the corner, they changed in school. So sometimes I used to just go up to the school to see if they was there for number one and see what they had on. And they had a face full of makeup on, and they had clothes that make them look like, video vixens. So I totally understand that, and that can actually happen to anybody. Anybody can be in that situation. And that's what Tekashi was trying to explain. He was trying to explain that I was a young kid at the time. I was 18. She lied her age. She should have asked for ID. Definitely should have asked for ID. And he was just giving an analogy that, Charlamagne, if you was in that type of situation, it would be different because you're almost 40, so you should know better, basically. But Tekashi should know better too as well. But how would he know better when he didn't go to school? He didn't go to middle school. He didn't go to high school. And it seemed like he didn't have a lot of guidance because his father died. And basically the gang in the street raised him. So the gang members ain't asking for ID. Some do, the OGs do. But I don't think there was any OGs around at that time. And basically they asked him about Trippie Redd. They both were signed to the same label, and they were cool at one point, but now they're not cool anymore. So, and basically, Tekashi 6ix9ine feels like, Trippie Redd is, kind of like jealous because, Tekashi is charting, he's popping. And, Trippie Redd was supposed to be the person that was, get the jump start first. They released him first. But now when Tekashi was putting his music out, it's charting. So basically he feels like it's a jealousy thing with that situation. And then they asked him, like, Charlamagne asked him if he was signed to Birdman. He was like, nah, I just be chilling, whatever. So basically, and Tekashi was bragging about this was going to be the hottest interview for the Breakfast Club. And as we know, the Breakfast Club need, iHeart Music or iHeart Radio, which is affiliated with the Breakfast Club, is filing for bankruptcy as well. So they got to restructure, pay, and things like that in their organization. And also what, DJ Envy did to, Deezus and Mero, they need the ratings, they need the money, they need the views, they need the clicks, they need people to advertise. So it seems like, this was a good look to have, Tekashi 6ix9ine. And he was bragging that, this is going to be the hottest video of the year. Birdman was hot, but that was like 2 or 4 years ago. And they clarified that it was 2 years ago. And he was like, it's going to be hotter than that. And Tekashi also mentioned, like, whenever his name is involved, it's going to chart. People are going to click. And basically he talked about, his beef with Casanova and things like that. And basically the beef with Casanova like kind of like died down. Casanova did one song. I do like Casanova as well, and he did say Casanova, who is that, the guy from Planet of the Apes, the gorilla dude, basically, as Casanova the rapper. Casanova called himself an ape, he called himself a gorilla in his lyrics, and he also do the poses as a gorilla. And so I don't think that was racist at all. He was just talking. And then you can see that, you know, Tekashi do have OGs, and the OG that he had with him, you know, Charlemagne and, you know, DJ Envy knew him as well. So also, you know, Tekashi is employing African Americans as well that are going to be feeding their family too. And the way he grew up, you know, he grew up in the hood, he grew up in that environment. So if you grew up in if you grew up in an environment, you're going to become your environment, speak about your environment. And that, to me, that makes you not a culture vulture. You may be a different race, you may be Puerto Rican, Mexican, but if you grow up in the hood with everybody else, that's what it is. You're going to rap about what you see. You're going to rap about everything that you do see. So, like, we know he did get his, you know, GED. And also, Tekashi talks about nobody co-signing him, nobody having his back from New York or whatever. But basically, there's one person that I did know that co-signed Tekashi, and he's not from New York. It's Waka Flocka Flame. Waka Flocka Flame. So anyways, Tekashi talks about that, and he talks about, you know, he hates bullies. He doesn't like people that bully people. But Tekashi also admit that he's a troll. He trolls. He was like, if you start the situation with him, he's going to keep it going because as clicks, as views, purchasing of music. So he's gonna keep his name popping. And this is what people got to understand, that, you know, in this day and age, you have to keep yourself out there in the media. You got to be popping. You got to be popping on all social networks, and you got to go viral. You got to have people talking about you. You got to have people in the situation. And he also talks about, you know, a crew that is Charlemagne's crew, basically, that, you know, kind of like came at Tekashi, whatever. Charlemagne first is Scam Gang, whatever, I don't know their name, Scam or Scum Gang or whatever. Basically, Tekashi was like, ain't them your boys? And that's when Charlemagne was like, I don't know who you're talking about, I have no idea what you're talking about. Then a few minutes later, Charlemagne said, oh yeah, Scum Gang, somebody from Scum Gang did call me or whatever, and they wanted to know some information, so I gave them DJ Academic's number. Then Tekashi was like, oh no, you called DJ Academic's, you know, personally, and you was getting information, blase in the third. And that's when Charlemagne said, F Academics, you shouldn't be listening to him. Academics is going to get you killed out here in the streets. No, Academic actually gave, you know, Tekashi a chance basically to tell his whole story about the situation with the young girl and the charges of that he was facing. And so basically, in that interview with, you know, DJ Academics and Tekashi 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine was able to explain everything in accurate detail about what happened with the girl and what things went down. And you can tell that he was, I believe that he's a humble dude, but he's also going to laugh. He's also going to joke. If you also come at him and hit up his Instagram and you got a name out there and you're saying he's whack and you're dissing him, he's going to come back at you because it's trolling. That's the name of the game. The Breakfast Club's troll. So many different blogs troll. So, and so many things have, you know, clickbait. So it is what it is. And so, you know, I'm gonna say I do like Tekashi's music, but if, you know, my young kids, I wouldn't want them to listen to his music unless I could be able to describe to them, like, this is just music, this is not real. You know, this guy is making hundreds and thousands of dollars, and basically he's not living that street life, but he can bring the street life. But if you want to listen to the music and listen to the lyrics, I think that things that are going around, but you need to explain to your kids what kind of music they're listening to and what's real and what's not real, and what things to do and not to do. So Tekashi is not a role model. Tekashi doesn't have all that positive music about, you know, learn your ABCs, 1, 2, 3, and things like that. But he's also set an example as where he's getting his GED. He talks about dropping out of school. He also, so you have to know his personal story too as well when you do listen to his music, so you can explain it to your children so they would know what's good and what's not good. So basically, and he also explains that he gives money to the community, to the kids in school, and he donated $40,000 to $30,000. And he was like, he wished he had somebody like that when he was in school, that was a rapper that came to their community and gave away money. So he's actually doing positive things, but you don't see the positive things as much because a lot of people don't want to see the positive things. They want to hear the negativity. They want to hear the negative stories. That's what they want to hear. That's what they want to do. So anyways, So basically, it was a banter going back and forth between Charlamagne. Charlamagne was not feeling Tekashi 69. Basically, tried to bring him out there on, the Jay Prince incident. How come you didn't come to the show? Because basically, Tekashi was supposed to, perform for, for Jay, that owns World Star, basically, and he was supposed to be the headliner, but he found out that Jay Prince was there, and he was on stage where every artist that was performing, Jay Prince was on stage. Jay Prince Jr. was calling out Tekashi, basically, and Tekashi was like, yo, I only travel with two dudes everywhere I go. And Charlamagne was like, so if you about that life, why didn't you go? He was like, I did go, I did show up, but I'm not gonna get on stage where people gonna World Star me, or I'm gonna look bad where people are trying to get props on me. I'm not gonna set myself up. There's one thing to be gangster than it is to be stupid. You're not, you don't go into a war zone when it's just you and somebody else, and the people that's supposed to protect you are scared of Jay Prince people, because the security that was supposed to protect Tekashi and have his back there while he's there performing were actually saying that they told Jay from World Star that they was afraid to tell Jay Prince Jr. and his peoples to get off stage, basically. So why put yourself in a situation? Why get yourself on stage where people can actually World Star you and actually make you look stupid, make you look bad, and try to deflame you and make your career go down where people think you're a sucker? No, you're smart. You don't put yourself in that type of situation where somebody can totally get the full advantage of you, because that's not war. That's not how you win. That's how you lose. And that's how somebody take the shine from you, and then they take your clout. Then they take what you tried to build. So I totally get it. I totally understand it. But Charlamagne was just on, oh, you're canceling shows, your attitude's bad, this and that. His attitude is like, I don't think it's bad. I think his attitude is like, if you come for me, I'm ready for you. So if you say I'm whack, if you say I'm this, if you say I'm that, I'm going to come at you. I'm going to continue the situation, because I didn't come out looking for you. You came looking for me. So now I'm going to give you, I'm going to let you understand why you should not be looking for me. So basically that's what he is trying to say. And he was like, I have not started any of these dramas. And then he asked each of DJ Envy, Charlamagne, and Angela Yee if they can actually point out a situation where he started the beef, or he started the trouble, where he initiated anything, and they couldn't. They were dumbfounded. They didn't do their research. They should have did some research or whatever. And then he proved his point. And also, he was like, I'm not going to get worse. I'm not going to get sucker. Ain't nobody going to run up on me like they ran up on you, Charlamagne. Like you got hit and you ran. Then Charlamagne was like, well, there's some videos out there that I beat some people up. So anyways, then Charlamagne kept saying that he sounds like, Fredro Starr. Fredro Starr and Charlamagne don't get along, but I guess Fredro Starr likes this shout out. So anyways, Tekashi was like, I don't even know who Federal Star is. I kind of like sound like DMX. I think I sound like more like DMX than anything, but I don't think DMX is feeling me or whatever, because I follow him and he doesn't follow me back. But, everyone said that was so stupid. Look at this generation. But this is the generation that's raised on. Any kids that are small right now, if you follow me, I follow you back. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Before it was like, if you down with me, you shout me out in a song, or you mention my name in an interview. But now if you follow me back, that means you F with me. If you like my shit, that means you F with me. If you comment on my shit, that means you F with me. So it's a totally different generation now. So that's why it's called trolling. So anyways, and then so Charlamagne was like, why are you going around inviting people to suck your, penis, whatever? He was like, I tell everybody to suck my penis. And then Charlamagne said, well, anybody that says that, my father told me a long time ago, anybody that invites another man to suck his penis better be ready to die or ready to kill. And Tekashi said, I'm ready to do both. I'm ready to die and I'm ready to kill. So, and then basically, DJ Envy was like, well, it's not you that's going to go to jail. It's going to be your boys. It's going to be your homie, the people in your gang. They're going to step up for you and then take that L and then get locked up. And he was like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. If you're in a gang, whoever's the leader, who's ever making the most money, he's protected. That's how the mob goes. That's how the gang goes. That he's protected because everybody's eating. He's feeding people and he's putting their name out there basically. And whoever after he gets really put on, he can put on anybody else that's in his gang or whatever into music or into production or into filming or into editing or into promotion or into branding. So basically the gang's supposed to the gang's supposed to protect him and make sure he's not touched at all. That's how it goes. And that's what Tekashi said. I'm not supposed to pull the trigger. I'm the one bringing the money. I can't help people when I'm locked up. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm bringing the shine to us. And so he also, gives, Tekashi also gives shots out to, Bobby Smurda. Bobby Smurda was real. He rapped about killing people in his lyrics, and that's why he's locked up with his boys. So sometimes real can go definitely wrong for you. But it seems like Tekashi has his head on straight as well, and he knows the game. He's brought up in this generation of media, of trolling. Trolling acts Troy, Troy Terrain, acts Star, acts Academics. They all troll. Like, let's not be stupid here. So, anyways, moving on from that. What else went down? He's also talks about, YG dissing him. He was like, well, YG hasn't really had a hit. He went from Tooted and Booted to wearing this Tooted and Booted in that song, and he's not even popping, so he's not worried about, YG. I like YG. A couple of summers ago, YG was in my car bumping. And then he also dissed Game, telling Game's whack, Game's old, Game need to get out the business. He's trying to reboot his career. He's trying to restart his career. And we know Game has a format. Whoever's hot, whoever's popping, whoever's in the media, Game is coming at you because he wants his name right directly next to yours. I'm surprised I haven't heard from Whack 100, but he's probably already said something about the situation, so it is what it is. I'm glad Nipsey Hussle has stayed out this, situation. And basically, Tekashi said he's going to go anywhere and everywhere he wants to go without checking it, and he only missed one show. Only one show was canceled on him in LA because the venue was afraid that there was going to be something pop off, and they didn't want to be responsible for anything, because remember Drake and Chris Brown, where there was tons of lawsuits going on. So anyways, and he actually showed up to the World Star event, but he didn't get on stage because he ain't no fool. He ain't stupid. I ain't gonna go to my enemy's house by myself. Come on, let's be real. So anyways, and basically he's not scared and he's not afraid, and it just is what it is. And he has the OGs with him. And 6ix9ine, like, what I think about 6ix9ine, I think about, a sex position. I wonder if that's why he named himself that, because they wanted to go into why they call him, Tekashi 69. Does he like the 69 or whatever? So anyways, DJ, well, we can actually see that, Charlamagne does not like DJ Academics. We can tell here, especially when Deezus and Mero mentioned, doing an interview with DJ Academics, Charlamagne was like, nah. But Charlamagne at one point was so cool with DJ Academics, and now he ain't. But Deezus and Mero is trying to be. And also Tekashi's cool with DJ Academics. DJ Academics got the young kids' ear. He got the up and popping shit. Whether it's good or bad, he got the ear, and he is an indigenous male, and he's a black male, so it's all good. So, and I think DJ Academic is competition for everybody. It is what it is. He needs to get off for everyday struggle. So, and hook back up with Joe Budden's. So anyways, they mentioned A Boogie is basically a hot rapper in New York, and A Boogie is a hot rapper. No, I like A Boogie. Oh my God, that's my dude. A Boogie is my dude. So, and Tekashi said that's my dude too, but we already know A Boogie is not popping like Tekashi right now. So it is what it is. So, and basically they confront, Tekashi rocking, like the pictures of him with, Crip stuff and this and that. And Tekashi explains that he was not claiming that he was Crip. He was not claiming he wasn't under anybody. He's cool with Crips because there's Crips and Blood in his neighborhood. And we all know this, where people, have sets, Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, Latin Kings, G64, whatever, gangs or whatever, Hoover. Some of them live right in the same neighborhood. You know what I mean? Right down the street, they're beefing. You go to Louisiana, right down the street, right across the street, you got this gang street, and they just be beefing with each other. And so sometimes you can be cool with both sides. And so he was cool. So he took pictures, he took clips. He got love for Crips too, because Crips are his people, but he's always claimed Blood. He is a Blood, and it's official or whatever. And then he was like, yo, these rappers and all these OGs coming after me. I got rainbow hair, I got rainbow colored teeth. Like, basically saying that my look is like a gimmick, but my lyrics are lit, and they're coming after me, and makes them look like they're coming after the Rainbow Kid, or they're coming after Lucky Charms. You know what I'm saying? But Lucky Charms is like a gimmick you find in the rainbow, but at the end of the rainbow, he got a pot of gold if you can find it. So basically, Tekashi's not worried about anybody coming after him. And basically, they have the pastor, whoever he is, come in and pray on Tekashi, because basically they kept saying that you're gonna be dead you're gonna be dead in a year. How's your career gonna be in a year? Are you gonna be popping in a year? Are you a one-hit wonder? Basically, that was all motherfucking negativity, straight up. But Tekashi held it down. He was like, my teachers told me the same thing, and look where I'm at now. You guys are telling me that now, but you know what? Next year I'm gonna have platinum albums. So it is what it is. Tekashi 6ix9ine represented on the Breakfast Club, and he represented for, you know, the young kids that are weird, the young kids that are different, the young kids that do come from a low economic, you know, neighborhood that tried to get out, and he actually got out, and he's bringing people with him. But his message, you know, with the gangs and all this other shit, some people need the gangs to survive. Some people need gangs because they don't have family. It's just wish the gangs had the same mentality they had years ago, where the gang was there to protect the community and protect everybody in there, and not bring violence and shooting and killing and drive-bys. Way back in the day, we were talking about the 60s. So anyways, peace. I'm out. One love. The Breakfast Club, let's see how many views they get with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Peace. I'm out. One love. Mary Jane's in the building, about to leave. One love.